underneath it all, behind the eyes of the men, hanging invisible over the summer night, is a horror without words. For this is the stillness before storm. This is the eve of the end.
Everyone I've talked to lately, they've been noticing it.
Noticing what, Joe?
That something's wrong. That something's in the air. Something's going to happen.
A once-in-400-year solar spectacle is putting a WA tourist town on the stage with accommodation booking out. Infrastructure is being upgraded ahead of next April, when a midday total eclipse will plunge Exmouth into darkness.
It's the surreal celestial event where day turns to night and back again in a matter of minutes. And Exmouth will be the best place on Earth to see a solar eclipse.
All eyes of the world will be on Western Australia.
At 11:27 a.m. on the 20th of April, the moon will block the sun. A 3-hour process, but the sun will only be fully hidden for 1 minute. The northwest tourist destination plunged into darkness, the only town in the world to experience totality.
You'll be there, Jodie, won't you? He'd like to see you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't. I've got a date. Maybe I could get in a little early.
Break it, will you, Jodie? I'd like you home tonight. You and Jodie and I and Jerry and Anne, we're leaving tonight.
Leaving? Leaving for where?
I can't tell you that. I can only tell you that sometime between midnight and 1, we've got to be out of here and gone. And no one is to know.
I've put a different guard on the ship, on the 1 a.m. shift. The one I know, the one I've paid, gets off at 11.
And we have to leave before 11.
Thanks, Bill, very much.
Ist immer nur Kuchen, Kuchen, Kuchen. Mittags, nachmittags und nachts.
Aber ich bitte Sie, jetzt sind Sie doch nicht so streng. Immerhin ist es doch sein Geburtstag. Da muss man ihm doch was geben zum Wohlfühlen. Er hat doch eh so wenig Freude. Ich glaube, ich bringe noch ein paar Flaschen nach oben.
Das ist ein geschwätzter Schweinepfaff. Mitleid ist eine Ursünde. Ich sage immer, Mitleid zu haben mit den Schwachen. Ist Verrat gegen die Natur. Das ist das Geschmolz des deutschen Volkes. Sie ist ohne Ehre. Sie nennen sich Generale, weil Sie Jahre auf Militärakademien zugebracht haben, nur um zu lernen, wie man Messer und Gabel hält. Jahrelang hat das Militär meine Aktionen nur behindert. Es hat mir jeden nur ersichtlichen Widerstand in den Weg gelegt. Ich hätte gut daran getan, von Jahren alle höheren Offiziere liquidieren zu lassen, wie Stalin.
We're now ready to continue, Doc Brown said. If my calculations are correct, when the car hits 88 miles an hour, you're gonna see some serious shit. Suddenly aware that the video camera was still running, Doc shuddered at his own use of colloquial language. He added quickly and more conventionally, when a speed of 88 miles an hour is attained, unusual things should begin happening in this phase of temporal experiment number 1. He could, he reasoned, always edit in the more acceptable version later. Taking a deep breath, he pushed the accelerator button. Taking off like a racing car, its gears shifting automatically, the DeLorean's recorded speed whirled quickly past 30, then 40. By the time it reached 60, it seemed to be moving at a dangerously rapid speed. 60, Doc Brown announced. 65, 75, 80. The speedometer indicator leaped to 85, 86, 87, and finally 88, where it hung for a long second, the needle caressing the magic number as if to emphasize its importance. Doc Brown waited. It should happen now, he thought. It should be happening at this very sec. The thought was not completed, but instead was engulfed by a mind-numbing experience. In the midst of its precipitous run down the center of the parking lot, the DeLorean was suddenly swallowed up by a blinding white glow. For a split second, the silhouette of the car, surrounded by the corona of light, resembled an eclipse of the sun. Then a shockwave and explosion of sound hit Marty and Doc Brown just as the car disappeared in a huge trail of fire. A shadow of something moving, something very small, could be seen. His fingers trembling, Marty zoomed in on the object. It was the DeLorean's license plate, a vanity plate that read, "Out of time." "What did I tell you?" Doc Brown shouted, his voice elated. 88 miles an hour! Just as I figured.
On April 8th, 2024, there will be a total solar eclipse. This one will begin in Mexico, then cruise up through Texas, and notice that path of totality takes it right through places such as Cincinnati, Dayton, Columbus, Cleveland, and yes, the Youngstown area as well. So our hotel rooms may be booked up, and our interstates may be really packed with a lot of people getting set to check out the eclipse of April 8th, 2024.
Floyd. Well, thank you, Dr. Halverson. Hi, everybody. Nice to be back with you. Now, I know there have been some conflicting views held by some of you regarding the need for complete security in this matter. More specifically, your opposition to the cover story, created to give the impression there's an epidemic at the base.
Dr. Floyd, have you any idea how much longer this cover story will have to be maintained?
I don't know, Bill. I suppose it'll be maintained as long as deemed necessary by the council. And of course there must be adequate time for a full study to be made of the situation before any thought can be given to making a public announcement. Oh. Were there any more questions?
Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna have been laid to rest during a private funeral in Orange County. These are images of Pacific View Memorial Park in Corona Del Mar. That's where that ceremony was held. Only family and close friends attended the service.
And all that is now, and all that is gone, and all that's to come, and everything under the sun is in June, but the sun is eclipsed by the moon.
62 seconds will be a total eclipse, when the sun will be blotted out from the sky.
Even though the main event will last just seconds, it's hoped tens of thousands of stargazers will spend at least 5 days in the region.
It's also a great opportunity for us to showcase Western Australia and all that we have to offer.
The state government pumping in an extra $19 million to upgrade local roads, beaches and telecommunications.
There's going to be a lot of media. There's going to be a lot of people that have never been to Exmouth before. So it's certainly going to be a showcase, and the money from the government is certainly going to help.
Accommodation is selling fast and organisers are looking to make more available.
There's work being done to identify alternative campground experiences, even short-term campground.
The eclipse will also be visible from Perth, although it won't be as spectacular. And if you want to take a glimpse, you'll need a pair of these special glasses.
I've got one that can see.
In Europe and around the world, there's a new car everyone's out to catch. The 88 Corona. With twin cam, 16-valve performance, it brings a new level of power to luxury. The new 88 Corona, the car everyone's out to catch.
He's a tall Caucasian male, doesn't appear armed, wearing sunglasses.
I don't like this one bit. Not one bit.
perfectly in sync with you. And I know that you can feel it too. Feel it too. Feel it too. I was made to love, made to love you, made to love, made to love, made to love, made to love you, made to love, made to love, made to love, made to love you, made to love, made to love, made to love, made to love you, made to love.
Showmanship and theatrics. When a magician waves his hand and says, "This is where the magic is happening," the real trick is happening somewhere else. Misdirection, a basic concept of magic.
I need to get to here. What's there? The earliest estimate of the singularity, when man will be able to transfer his consciousness into machines and achieve immortality.
So you're upset about missing out on becoming some sort of freakish, self-aware robot?
By this much?
It's you!
Yes, man cub. So nice to see you again.
Oh, go away. Leave me alone.
Let me look at you. You don't want me to look at you? Then you look at me.
No, sir. I know what you're trying to do, cop.
You do? You don't trust me.
No.
Then there's nothing I can do to help.
You want to help me?
Certainly.
Okay. So let's dedicate this to General Kelly, the Border Patrol, and the ICE agents for doing such an incredible job. Right? This was written by Al Wilson a long time ago. And I thought of it having to do with our borders and people coming in. And we know what we're going to have. We're going to have problems. We have to very, very carefully vet. We have to be smart. We have to be vigilant. So here it is, the snake. It's called the snake. On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. His pretty-colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. "Poor thing," she cried, "I'll take you in, and I'll take care of you." The border. "Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman," sighed the vicious snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a comforter of silk and laid him by her fireside with some honey and some milk. She hurried home from work that night, and as soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived. "Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman," sighed that vicious snake. She clutched him to her bosom. "You're so beautiful," she cried. "But if I hadn't brought you in by now, oh heavens, you would have died." She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed him and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite. "Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman," sighed the vicious snake. "I have saved you," cried the woman, "and you've bitten me, heavens, why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die." "Oh, shut up, silly woman," said the reptile with a grin. "You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in." Does that explain it, folks? Does that explain it?
Trust in me.